Greetings, wrestling fans! Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the August 1st edition of Monday Night Raw. Another enjoyable episode. It wasn't as exciting as the past ones, but I enjoyed it for what it had. Triple H is definitely on a roll with the good shows. We kicked off the show with Becky Lynch cementing her face turn, full-blown face turn by praising Bianca Belair, and she was calling herself the man again. Now, I don't want to nitpick and I don't want to really sound negative here, but I've got a few things I want to say. I wanted to say it on Twitter, but I knew I was going to, but I didn't want to. But I feel like saying it here is more important. And if I get yelled at by people, that's fine by me. I don't really care. I always feel, when it comes to characters, I feel like characters need to evolve and move on from when they're old characters. So like when Becky Lynch turned heel, she became big time Bex. She moved on from the man stuff. And I've been told by many people, from a few of my friends and a few other people, that you should never revert back to your old character when it comes to turning face or turning heel. Becky Lynch did the one thing that I didn't want to see. Now, I know some of you will be saying, but Patrick, you said Becky Lynch was going to revert back to being the man in your SummerSlam review. Yes, I did say that. But did I say that I wanted Becky Lynch to revert back to the man character? I said I can see it happening because it's her baby face character. That's what I said. I never said I wanted it to happen. I actually wanted to see Becky Lynch actually try to make the big time character as a baby face. Just like how I feel Bayley can try and do the role model character as a baby face when they want to get to that point. But considering that I've just seen Becky Lynch revert back to her old character once she turned face, Becky basically did the one thing that I was fearing for Bayley if she ever turned face. Because you know I'm not a big fan of Bayley's babyface character. So it's now making me believe that if Bayley ever turns face, she'll go back to the hugger. Considering we just saw Becky go from big time Bex back to the man, it's now making me think Bayley will go back to her old character if she ever reverts back to being a face. And that also gives me to my other point. I've been told I want to see an old character come back myself. And I've been told by many people, oh, they shouldn't revert back to their old character. That old character should be dead. And they should always evolve, which I do agree evolution is important. But the fact that I just saw Becky Lynch revert back to her old character, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of this. So if Becky Lynch can go back to being the man, can Alexa Bliss go back to being the goddess? That's... You guys know the goddess is my favourite version of Alexa Bliss. If Becky Lynch can go back to being the man, then Alexa Bliss sure as hell can be allowed to go back to being the goddess. Am I correct? If I am correct, then she should be allowed to. I just think it's a mistake to revert Becky Lynch back to her old character. I'm not trying to sound like a dick or sound like an asshole. I'm just trying to get my point across that evolution and evolving and character evolution is important. And seeing someone revert back to what they were before their evolution, it just doesn't make me too happy. I expected it to happen, but I didn't want it to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. I figured Becky was going to go back to being the man, but I didn't want her to go back to being the man. That's all I'm trying to say here. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. For some reason, Io Sky is given the Retribution treatment where her name is just in all capital letters. Because that's what Retribution had. T-Bar, Slapjack, Mace, and Reckoning. Like, their names are just all in capital letters. Like, apparently Io Sky is now a I guess she's secretly a Retribution member because her name is written in all capitals. They have viciously attacked Becky Lynch, writing Becky Lynch off TV because Becky Lynch seemingly suffered a separated shoulder. So Becky Lynch will be out for the foreseeable future until we find out when her return will be coming. Then we had a triple threat match. The first two triple threat matches were going to determine the number one contendership. We had AJ Styles, Mustafa Ali, and The Miz in a triple threat match. AJ Styles got the win here, and the ending to this match was pretty cool. Mustafa Ali delivered a 450 on The Miz, and then Styles gave Mustafa a Styles Clash on top of The Miz. The only thing I did not agree with here is who they pinned. I do not agree with Mustafa Ali being the one that got pinned. I felt like The Miz should have been the one that got pinned. And what the heck is with The Miz's ring gear? I've got massive balls written on his tights. He looks ridiculous. He looks absolutely ridiculous, I swear. He looks like a watermelon. He looks like a watermelon with the green and pink. Well, actually, that's Tommaso Ciampa. He looked like a watermelon. Seth freaking Rollins battled Montez Ford after a little promo scuffle the two of them had. And, very good matchup here. Montez Ford is continued to basically push himself up as a singles competitor. We know WWE seems to be high on Montez Ford as a future singles competitor. So this just ultimately continues to push and push and push Montez forward as a single star. This ultimately means the Street Profits are definitely breaking up. It just means we're going to be getting a slow build to it. Alexa Bliss and Asuka went out to have a singles match. Can't say I'm really a big fan of these two having a match, because I didn't think it made any sense. But then Bayley and her crew decided to attack Bliss and Asuka. So, yeah. So you kind of knew where this was going. So you kind of knew where this was going. Then we had our second triple threat match. We had Ciampa, Dolph Ziggler, and the Shoosh Master, Chad Gable, in a triple threat match. The winner of this would face AJ Styles. And honestly, I actually really enjoyed this one more than the AJ Styles one. I thought Chad was really good. I thought Dolph was really good, and Ciampa is very good as well. I mean, Ciampa's a hell of a worker. So is Chad. To see Chad actually get a bit of a singles push here, you know, I'd be all for it. I think it'd be really cool to see Chad as a singles guy. But I don't really want the Alpha Academy breaking up either. But it's nice to see Chad get this opportunity. Ciampa would pin the Shoosh Man. And the only thing I'm happy about is that Triple H did not end the Shoosh. Thank you, Triple H. Edge came out to cut a promo. I'm sorry. I still don't care about Edge. He may look cool now. He may come out, he may be all cool now, but I still don't care. He vows to end the Judgment Day. No, I'm sorry, Edge. The only thing that you should be doing is elevating the Judgment Day and putting them over. That should be the only thing that you should be doing. Bianca Belair went one-on-one with the genius of the sky, Io Sky. And this was a very, very, very good match. And they did the right thing here. If this was Vince McMahon, if you had Vince McMahon book this match, Vince McMahon would have booked Io Shirai to lose the match clean. But all I will say is this. The fact that this match ended the way it did actually makes me happy. I'm glad how they ended this match. They didn't have either woman lose. This is how you book a match. This is how you book a match involving storytelling and you don't bury the other person. This is how you avoid burying people. Alexa Bliss and Asuka proceeded to help out Bianca Belair. And I saw that, and I was paying very close attention to Alexa. She had that fire in her eyes that I haven't seen in quite some time. It almost made me remind me of the Goddess. Yeah, something like that. It kind of reminded me of the Goddess, how she was all serious. No stupid dolls, no funny business. Just come to the ring, handle your business, and be all serious. See? Look at that. I said something nice about Alexa Bliss. Give me my medals. See? Give me my medals. That's all I ask for. So, yeah. I enjoyed this segment involving the women. And also, Dakota Kai and her little crew, they had like 6 segments throughout the whole show. Shows you that they are a focal point of Monday Night Raw, which is something I'm very most pleased about. Then we had Tommaso Ciampa take on AJ Styles. Winner here gets the United States title opportunity. I'm sorry. I know Triple H is in charge, but Jesus Christ. Tommaso Ciampa winning this match. It was a good match, don't get me wrong. It was a great match. But to see Triple H book his #1 golden boy from NXT to beat AJ Styles somewhat clean, not really, just made me go, yeah, you can really tell Triple H is pushing his golden boys of NXT. I just thought it was very ironic that he's pushing his boys from NXT, because it's a no-brainer. Of course he's gonna push his favorites, especially his NXT people. I don't hate it. I'm not saying I hate it. I just think it's funny that Ciampa was like losing when he was under Vince McMahon. He was losing every match that he was in. And then as soon as Triple H takes over, he won 2 matches. He won 2 matches in one week. He went from losing 5 matches in a row to 2 wins in a row. And then the main event was the Usos taking on the Mysterios. The Usos retained. The Usos were not going to lose the titles on a random edition of Monday Night Raw. Judgment Day came out to attack the Mysterios, which led to Edge coming down. Rhea Ripley pushed Dominic into Finn Balor, causing Edge to spear Dominic Mysterio. And that's basically Monday Night Raw, guys. That's Monday Night Raw. And honestly, I enjoyed this show. And no A-Town down! We certainly were not screaming it out loud on this edition of Monday Night Raw. That is definitely a very strong positive. No Austin Theory. So outside of that, it was a very good Raw. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And I will see you all next time.